So good morning again. Sorry. So it's my pleasure to welcome you again to this second edition of the Doctoral Spring School in Human and Social Sciences. We are delighted to have with us Professor Karim Baïna for what promises to be an insightful and inspiring talk. And of course, the title of his presentation is Unlocking the Potential Artificial Intelligence in Digital Humanities. With him, we will dive into a fascinating intersection of technology and the humanities. The field of digital humanities has been rapidly evolving, and with the advent of artificial intelligence, we are on the point of unlocking unprecedented potential. AI is transforming how we analyze, interpret, and engage with cultural artifacts, texts, and historical data. This synergy opens up a new avenues for research, education, and understanding of human culture. It is now my honor to introduce our keynote speaker, Dr. Karim Baïna. He is a distinguished expert in the field, bringing a wealth of knowledge and experience in both artificial intelligence and digital humanities. Currently, Professor Baïna is a full professor at INSEAS, École nationale supérieure d'informatique et d'analyse des systèmes at Mohammed University. Since 2004, he has been having extensive international experience spanning Europe, Australia, and Africa. His primary focus lies in digital transformation, big data, artificial intelligence, etc., and the list is long. He co-founded two French startups, bioexpert.com, specializing in medical practitioners e-learning in 2000, and Angel Assistance .France, dedicated to intelligent video protection for elderly care homes in 2012. Professor Baïna has over 90 international publications and has delivered more than 20 keynote speeches at international conferences. He has served as an invited professor at numerous international universities over 10 occasions. Dr. Baïna earned his PhD in computer science. He also obtained his engineering degree in computer science and applied mathematics. Beyond his technical expertise, Dr. Baïna showcases his innovative flair in humanities, exemplified by his debut poetry collection entitled Algorithm for Soul Rebirth, written in classical Arabic. So we have an ideal person combining actually digital tools or expertise in computer science and humanities. In his talk, Unlocking the Potential Artificial Intelligence in Digital Humanities, Dr. Baïna will explore how AI is revolutionizing our approach to digital humanities, highlighting both the opportunities and challenges that lie ahead. We will learn about transformative tools and techniques and discuss the future directions of this interdisciplinary field. Please join me in giving a warm welcome to Dr. Karim Baïna. The floor is yours.
Merci beaucoup. Thank you very much, Professor Rabat, for your invitation, for your effort organizing this wonderful spring school, but also meeting between many human spirits. Merci beaucoup. Merci à Monsieur le Doyen, chers collègues, chers étudiants. So AI is more than bots. Here you have an algorithm, which is a deep learning algorithm detecting the gender and the age interval. Of course, he's making mistake. By the way, I'm 48. And sometimes he detects me. Yeah, he detects me as female. Seen sometimes. So AI is not 100% correct. And when you use ChatGPT, I mean, it's not. Don't take all it says to you as as correct. So please consider it as little child who interact with you, and use your critical thinking as professors have highlighted it. So I've shown you also an algorithm detecting me. Recognizing that I'm really Karim Baïna, because I've given him some photo, some old photo, and they could detect, authentify me. So this can be used. These two applications can be used nowadays in improving user experience. I am in some airports. I want to make some claim. Instead of asking me who am I, the system can detect me. Of course, there is some ethical issues behind data privacy, etc., etc. But instead of asking me who am I, the system can detect me. He can even detect emotions. I will tell you, and he can even make some request on some database or system, telling this guy perhaps he has already made some claims. He's unhappy about his unsatisfied customer, so we could find solution for him even before asking him who he is. So we can anticipate things, and this kind of application is used in airports, in planes, in some commercial agents, etc., etc. So AI is more beyond ChatGPT. And AI, those tools are not research. These are applications. So I'm really honored to be here, because really I think that the future is in your hands. Human scientists. Because the feasibility is now being automated. The desirability is in your sight. I will show you, I will demonstrate that AI is a real opportunity for you and for us collaboratively. So what I want to say, that I make many things in engineering, research, but of course my interest is in humanity. My show will be will be in 3 parts: introduction, then applications on AIs, and then AI job market impact, opportunities for humanity. So, human and social sciences can vary from theology to archaeology, going through educational sciences, political sciences, and so on and so forth. Computer sciences, and AI is part of computer sciences, is coming with standards, databases, archiving, geographical information systems, multimedia, blah 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 blah, etc. Digital humanities, life cycle, can be abstracted like this. first step is to digitize. You have told about collecting data, to digitize data. I am differentiating between digitizing and digitalizing. Digitalizing is more engineering processes, automating processes, and digitizing is just going from analogical format to digital format. Okay? So, first step, digitizing. Second step, representing the knowledge behind those collected information. So we have data, then information, then knowledge behind this information. Third step is analytics, interpretation of this knowledge, visualization of this knowledge. And fourth step is exhibition, exploiting this knowledge. And we are talking about 3 P's. 3 P's. The first P is prediction. So we can use AI to predict. The second P is personalization. I will talk again about this personalization. We are living the 5th society nowadays, and the 5th society is more focused on human being, the well-being of human being, personalizing the user experience of the human being. So the second P is personalization. And the third P is prevention. How to use this personalization, this prediction to prevent something that can happen in the future. So, first application of AI is in text analytics. So, ChatGPT, you cannot just use it to ask questions. You can code with ChatGPT. He can generate codes behind it. You can, what we are calling no-code programming. No-code programming. So without writing programs, just ask questions, and ChatGPT will automate what we have asked him, or it, or she. It depends on the gender aspect issues. So, AI is machist, by the way.
Oh, really?
Because Alexa, etc., etc. So, till this day, we are still machist, because there is just 20% of women involved in AI. 80% are men. So, of course, men are calling their tools with female names. So, but this is a big issue to discuss in other talks.
But the developer of ChatGPT is a female.
Yeah, 20%. 20%. This is statistics worldwide. So, for example, here in talking about text analytics, topic modeling. This is very, very small. I've given him some logs, some technical logs. I would like to extract URLs. Of course, URLs are very easy for human to detect. But for machine, this is some structures, etc. So he has to code something behind in order to detect URLs. So when I give him this log, I ask him, please detect this URL, and here we are talking about topic modeling. So detecting some patterns, detecting some types of words, etc. So okay, he detects me all URLs. And if I would like to make some statistics behind URLs, like saying, please count the number of each URL, he will generate me code. Because he will not be able to do it, but he will generate code. I am even able to take this code and to execute it behind. So he will code for me. And I can tell you something, all software engineers now are using ChatGPT to code. So Microsoft is calling Copilot his tool, because he's knowing, now it is just a Copilot, but in the near future it will be the pilot. This is, of course, present some big ethical issues, because when it codes for me, I give him some specification, and maybe in this specification I may tell him some private data or private architecture, etc. That's why Samsung, Amazon are forbidding their collaborators to use ChatGPT, because the fear that ChatGPT will take some confidential aspects of the technical architectures and systems, etc. So yes, topic modeling is an application of text extraction, text production, of course. Okay? Here, I tell him, je suis en train de créer une filière d'ingénierie informatique dans une école privée au Maroc. Vous êtes un expert en ingénierie pédagogique en informatique, propose-moi le programme de dernier semestre de 380. Wonderful. Of course, behind, it's not, just copycat and take this and present it to the ministry to accredit it as a new measure, of course. But at least you have some draft and you can make ideation. Okay? But ChatGPT will not replace design thinkers. I will talk about design thinking. But at least you can, in your design thinking team, put ChatGPT as a member of your design thinking team. Text production here, and I lost a job because of this. Yes, I was a little bit courageous, so you will see something. I didn't hide everything. I took some commercial presentation of some products, and I copied it. I've given it to ChatGPT. I told ChatGPT, please give me some weaknesses of this digital presentation of this product. Of course, the customer was not happy because I was criticizing marketing strategy. So what are the thing I can improve in this digital presentation of this product? So he given me many proposals, and then I've chosen just some proposals, and then he proposed that, okay, he took this and proposes some improvement of this digital presentation in this catalog. So you can use text production in a very smart way, but you should control the prompt engineering. So please go further in prompt engineering. It's a new kind of programming, and it's not easy. Even from technical schools, we relearn how to prompt all those chatbots, because garbage in, garbage out. If you give him just, please give me this answer, so he will give you just rubbish. But if you specify the persona, if you specify the context, if you decompose the problem, so you help him think better, you can even parallelize the ChatGPT on many thinkers, and he can do parallelism, and he will give you better answers. I can give you some topics, but it's not also our problematic today. Prompt engineering. So here you can use text analytics in text classification. Here, this is another tool, not just to be focused on ChatGPT. Kimola, which is a free tool just for using some data. You can use some pre-trained models, but you can train your model just by clicking drag and drop. So I've give him some texts, and he can classify whether the text is a spam or a ham. Okay, he has some pre-trained models, but you can train your model. You give some annotation of your text. You say this is political, this is technical, this is social, etc. And he can learn from your data. You give him just one spreadsheet data, and he can learn from your data, and then when you give him a new topic, he will classify it. So, classification of text, emotional analysis. So this is still Kimola. ChatGPT, by the way, can do this kind of thing, but just not to be focused on ChatGPT. Okay? So here, why I'm talking about emotion analysis, in the literature you will find sentiment analysis, but the sentiment is more long-term, deep, but emotion is a short-term. And so I'm talking about emotional analysis, but in the literature you will find sentiment analysis. So here we give some reviews of customers, and he can say that is it happy, unhappy, satisfaction. Okay. So of course you can take some text of some president or some director or some author or some and say if this actor was happy in this period, etc. You can or in this book the author was more happy or more sad, etc. You can make some psychological analysis just by using the text. So here also you can use pre-trained models, or you train your own model. For example, if you want to train it in Arabic or Amazigh or Darijas on specific region, just give him your data. Of course, SPSS was data mining tool, but now we are talking about machine learning, which is more automated. And you can, in data mining, it was more manual process. In machine learning, many things are doing automatically. And when I told about deep learning at the beginning, deep learning is just one type of machine learning. Of course, review analysis here and here, it causes also that I lost my job. I went to some app store and I took data from customers who were not happy. Ça fonctionne mal, je ne peux pas passer une recharge, mauvaise ergonomie, UI, trop moche, blah blah. Here also the customer was not happy. But I am a scientist. I am here to discover reality and to help him improve his processes by using AI. So I took this in text. Of course, it took me time to take those reviews. If you are a programmer, you can web scrap from the internet. But if you are not programmer, just copy paste in some text editor. I gave this to ChatGPT. So I tell him what are the 5 points, 5 strong points and weaknesses, 5 weaknesses, and what are the improvement axes for this application. Wonderful as a topic. And here he'll give me 5 strong points, 5 weaknesses, and improvement. So here also the customer was not happy. He has told me, il y a quelques slides sensibles, without showing me what are the slides sensibles. So I was a little bit courageux, because I took also some slogan from this customer. I give it to ChatGPT. I told him, as an expert in marketing, please help me improving this, and this was very, very political for the customer. So review analysis, here I challenged ChatGPT. I told him not just to bring me some points of improvement, but I told him, please, quelle analyse d'évolution de la satisfaction? Could you help me do some time series analysis, function of years, if the satisfaction was improving or decreasing, etc., according to the dates of the reviews, because each review has its date. So you can use ChatGPT as a machine learning tool, not just as Socratic, dialectic
or platonic tool. No, 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 no. You can challenge it as you are no-code programmer. And here, les commentaires plus récents expriment une frustration croissante, avec des utilisateurs manifestant une déception intense. Of course, the customer here was deciding to fire me. Okay, at least I learned that I am still freelancer, because the term freelancer is not to be paid outside the basic way, but the freelancer is bringing the agnostic way of thinking, is changing the way you think, is going outside the zone of comfort. Les attentes des utilisateurs semblent augmenter au fil du temps. L'analyse des émotions reflète une augmentation de la colère, une insatisfaction. C'était rouge. So, fire. For me, it was fire. This is just ChatGPT. Without programming a large language model, without writing codes, and this is 3 or 5. This was not 4, this was not ChatGPT O you told about. In ChatGPT O, my gosh, you give him, or you give her, or you give it one Canva of business model development, of design thinking model, PDF. You give him your slides, you ask him to generate the exam, you give him the Canva, you tell him, help me fulfilling the Canva. And he will be the design thinker, he will be the software developer, he will be the business developer for you. ChatGPT O. Wow. Of course, we need regulation, we need ethics, etc. Video image analytics. I've shown you some demo. Here there is a tool. I'm not making, I'm not presenting the tools. AI is not a tool topic. AI is part of computer science. You need to understand the feasibility behind what is possible to do. You need to understand the terminology behind in order to well prompt your robots. Okay? You need to manage this terminology in order to look for tools on internet. You should be savvy in integrating tools, because you cannot. I've seen some demonstration extraordinary that generate. Some people can generate even movies. They generate scripts with some bots. They generate images with other bots. They animate those images with other bots. They integrate the scripts with the animations. They generate music with other bots, and they make movies. Of course, the bemol of ethics, because those AI are learning on some human productions, les œuvres humaines. You know the problem of scenarists last year in the United States, etc. Because they can lose their job. But I still have some answer on this. So I give him some video on YouTube. This was some interview of me and a colleague with the Tardawi, and I've given this. Okay, it was an interview in French, and I've given it and took to this tool, and so he generated the abstract of the video. So if I have 20 hours of video, I don't want to view all these videos. He can just make some abstract and summarize it, and he summarizes it in English. So there is some translation, of course. So there's many possibilities you can do. You just need to know what is feasible. So I told you about emotion analysis by text analytics, but you can also use video analysis, emotion analysis on video. And here, for example, you make some probabilities. So here I am more angry, here I am more happy, I am more sad, I am more neutral. So there is a probability confidence, of course. AI is not correct 100%. And those kind of tools can even make analysis of many people, not just one person in front of camera. Of course, face detection and authentication of a person. So you can use it not just face detection, but object detection. Object detection. So you can use it in quality management, detect which are the good products and which are the bad quality products. You can use it in security, authentication. You can use it in virtual reality. Here you have an image when you integrate virtual products in some like filters in Snapchat, etc., etc. So this is a virtual reality is using AI, but you can also use it in user experience improvement. This is an Amazon cashierless store. C'est pas un magasin sans caissier comme on a maintenant. C'est un magasin sans caisse. That means that you enter to some store, you take products, you eat products, you go away, and you will receive
Your bill.
you will pay automatically, etc. So, sans caisse. So, of course, this, as I told you, this is not in research world. This is a practical world. So, you need to think in the future, but this is the past. Of course, in design art production, you know Midjourney, but no even ChatGPT, etc. is
But then it's
back
not
in
as good as Midjourney. Midjourney is very.
the first one.
It's very sophisticated
Yes,
compared
yes,
to
yes.
even GPT-4o that cannot generate images as good
Yeah.
as Midjourney.
And the Midjourney at the beginning, the images was unrealistic,
Yes.
very sad, very yeah. But no, very realistic. Obviously, it's not free. I mean, you have just one limited tokens to use, but I encourage you to use it. So those images are women Moroccan, as Midjourney dream.
Round of them.
I never see a Moroccan women like the fifth one here, but okay, Midjourney is saying she is a Moroccan woman. Okay, the ethical aspect is very deep here. Okay, very deep. What is the limit of plagiarism, of possible thing, etc. So here I show you something. I took some image which is I respected copyright, so copy left image from Wikimedia, and I went to Wikipedia, which is also copy left. I took some text in Arabic, and I used some tool which is Mishkel from Algeria, who make some vocalization. Vocalization, merci. I made some vocalization, and I give it to some tool, and then it produced
أنا يودا الثاني ملك مملكة موريتانيا التي امتدت من وسط الجزائر إلى المحيط الأطلسي، ملك مثقف أشجع وأناصر الفنون والعلوم والآداب. كان عصري عصرا ذهبيا. أتمنى لكم مدرسة ربيعية موفقة. أنا يودا الثاني ملك مملكة موريتانيا.
I've given him madrasatan, but he made a mistake. Okay? He said, أتمنى لكم مدرسة. Even if I've given him the
right
vocalization. So this wonderful without any coding. 5 years ago, to do this, it was not possible. Hours. No, this is in your hands. So, from our perspective, things are being automated. So our engineering, hiring, etc. is beginning to become very, very harsh, because they will not just code something like this, but we ask them to code the models that generate those kind of things. Things are becoming very, very harsh in our sites, but it is becoming for you very, very easy. Of course, with some, you should know what is feasible. You should integrate things. You should use the technologies without any phobia, without any taboo, without any deadlock, without any blockage, but in respecting regulations, etc. I'll show you another demo. Here I took my photo. I've given it to some tool, and it proposed me many avatars. So I've chosen one avatar. I went to ChatGPT. I told him, speak to me about digital humanities and AI in some short phrases, and then I take this text, I record it with my voice, okay, and then I give the avatar and my voice in some tool, and here is the result.
Hello everybody, here are 10 AI applications for digital humanities. Automated transcription, sentiment analysis, topic modeling, image recognition, natural language processing, network analysis, recommendation systems, virtual assistants, cultural heritage preservation, and interactive storytelling. Thank you for listening.
I heard problem solving. AI can also use in problem solving, because there is not only large language model behind bots. There are all mathematical models, algebraic symbolic analysis, other algorithms, expert systems. They are just showing that it is just language manipulation, etc. But no, there are many, many things behind, but it is not transparent. Here, I give him some problem. The prompt is very, so there is a technique called tree of thoughts, l'arbre des pensées. There is chain of thoughts, la chaîne des pensées, etc. This is part of prompt programming, or prompt engineering. So the prompt may be very, very large, okay? But the problem is here, and then I come back to the prompt. Bob est dans le salon. Excuse me that I switch from meta language to language. Bob est dans le salon. Il se dirige vers la cuisine portant une tasse. Il met une balle dans la tasse et porte la tasse dans la chambre. Il retourne la tasse, puis se dirige vers le jardin. Il pose la tasse dans le jardin, puis se dirige vers le garage. Où est la balle? Believe me, he finds the answer. Just telling you that it's not just language and manipulation of words and statistics of auto-completion. You know auto-completion when using search engine? ChatGPT, mainly the LLM, large language model, is auto-completion of phrases based on statistics. But not only. This need logics, symbolic translation, resolution of constraints, not just language models. They don't tell you this. The prompt is very, very big. I let you the slides. You can go into the prompt, etc., etc. But and here I ask ChatGPT not just to think alone, but I tell him involve 3 experts. One more logical, one more psychological, one more from physics. Because of gravity, when he turns the task, blah blah blah. And this is what we call 3 of thoughts. This is not programming, this is no code programming. But you should learn this. And everyone is voting. And then he makes statistics between voting. And then the result is here. Yeah, you should know what is behind to better control AI. We are talking now about cobotics. What is, robotics? Cobotics is collaboration between humans and robots. This is cobotics. You should know how she or he or it thinks. You should know how to drive the robot in order to bring him to the way you want to resolve or compose the problem.
Where is the cap?
We found
The ball.
That's it.
Where is the ball? That's what
In the cup.
in the cap.
So the ball,
Might be the
il met la balle dans la tasse, porte la tasse dans la chambre, il retourne la tasse dans la chambre. Donc la balle est dans la chambre.
Yeah,
Après il est
exactly.
parti dans le jardin, il est parti dans le garage, mais la balle est restée
The
dans la
ball.
chambre. This is not my problem. This is classical problem, published in some papers. But the prompt is mine.
Okay.
Yes, here we are talking about virtual assistant. Here I tell him not just to classify words, not just to do some topic modeling, but to replace some hotline customer relation agent. And when the customer is asking something or some service, the bot will answer to keep him happy. Votre tâche consiste à répondre aux avis des clients. Veuillez fournir une réponse claire et concise qui prend en compte les commentaires du client, qu'ils soient positifs ou négatifs. Si l'avis est positif, remerciez le client pour son commentaire encourageant et exprimez votre gratitude pour le soutien. Si l'avis est négatif, veuillez vous excuser sincèrement pour tout inconvénient causé et offrir une solution. You should be very, very complete in your prompt. Le temps d'attente est extrêmement long. Le service également. Le repas m'a laissé sur ma faim. Je trouve les portions trop petites. Nous sommes désolés d'apprendre que vous n'avez... So all the business behind call centers, blah blah blah. Yes, it has been. So we need to reinvent ourselves. Here, I've given him a frequently asked question. You know frequently asked question? Les FAQ. La foire aux questions en français. And in the same customer when I lost my job. So I've given him, but this was published in his website. Okay? Quels sont les numéros de service relation client? Réponse 888, le numéro d'appel, le service blablabla, etc., etc. I've given him all the frequently asked questions from his website. You'll be surprised. And then I began to ask him the region. كيفاش نشارجي جوال عفاك؟ And he began to answer me in the region. So one, knowledge base, and then internationalization, generalization, business. And he stopped when he answered me how to reload my sim. And then I told him, ما كملتيش عفاك الجواب. You didn't finish the answer, please. So he said, okay, I will continue. So here, the data is in French, the interaction is in Darija, there is no boundary between what I have given him as learning data set and my interaction. The user experience is outside the data, and he's still able, because he will use some translator. Even Google is not able to understand Darija. But I've even challenged him in Amazigh. And wow, in Rifia, in Tamazight, in Susia, even if I understand words and I love Amazigh, but I couldn't understand. I even challenged him in Phoenician. Extraordinary. Après, I asked him to not just to write in Amazigh, respecting le Centre Royal, Amazigh, etc. Standard, because Tifinagh standard, because there are many Tifinagh standard, etc. Asking him to respect the Moroccan Tifinagh standard, but I tell him also to give me phonetics in order to know how to pronounce some phrases, etc. Of course, he bluffs sometimes. When I give him Phoenician, and he write me some lexical phrases, and then I ask him to pronunciate. He pronunciates in Arabic, or in Hebrew. So I tell him, no, this is not Phoenician. You are bluffing. Sorry. And then he corrects. So you should control the bots, because it can make errors without telling you. It will answer you even if it does not know the answer. It bluffs. He has ideas in everything. So if you do not control your topic, you can be like some ignorance that are manipulated by hallucinations, etc. So before asking questions, you should be expert in the domain, in order to not let him just propose you some vulgar persona. No. You ask him to consider you as expert, and you know that he make errors, and here he changes the way he is taken. Because behind it's a source of computation. Giving you some vulgar answers, it costs nothing. But good deep analysis costs lot of money, running servers and going further in data, etc. And so if you put the Rabat out, then he will try to consider you in your real value. Yeah.
Like the funny part, is that it just happened to me yesterday. I was uploading some documents to GPT-4o, trying to generate summaries and everything, and then at some point it just started inventing things that were not on the documents, and I was like, "You're hallucinating, you're inventing things," and it was like, "Okay, I'm sorry. Here is the correct information." And at some point, I made a mistake. I uploaded the same document twice, and it corrected me. It was like, "You uploaded the same document twice. Please reconsider and check the document whether it's correct or not." And once I gave it the document, it gave me the whole thing. And it's just the fact that it can correct you and guide you because you guided it first. This is just insane.
When we ask it about history, it can make lot of mistakes. Lot of mistakes. So be careful. We cannot give our children this and let it educate our children. So it's education for technology or technology education, but you cannot let our. I'll show you some last demo.
Can you tell me about Mullah Ismail?
Mullah Ismail, also known as Sultan Ismail, was a ruler of Morocco who reigned for over half a century, starting in 1672.
He was a powerful and formidable leader who faced many enemies and used both military and political means to maintain control.
Can you tell me about the history of Udaya Kasbah at Rabat?
The Casbah de Udayas in Rabat was settled by Andalusians from the town of Hornachos, Extremadura, Spain. They settled there in the 17th century and established their own governing council. The community spoke Spanish and had Spanish family names, and they desired autonomy from the Sultan.
Do you have information about Udaya Kasbah during Mulai Ismail's reign?
Ismail's reign, the Udayas Casbah in Rabat remained an autonomous enclave of Andalusian immigrants who were known for their unique cultural and linguistic heritage. Mulai Ismail's centralizing policies and his focus on Fez did not drastically impact the Casbah at that time.
This is false. Because Mulai Ismail has ended the life of Moriscos in the Casbah in 1630. Yeah.
And it was founded way before the arrival of the Moriscos.
Yeah, of course, Roman, etc. Yeah, yeah.
It's the big problem with ChatGPT.
Yeah. This is not ChatGPT, another bot. But from historical point of view, it's beautiful. It's beautiful, interactive, blah blah blah. You can interact by text, by voice, but the historical truth is not here. So I'm showing you, I mean, the both aspects. I'm ending. Okay, will AI replace us? This is big question, and Goldman Sachs has published a report saying that many jobs will be replaced. The slide is here. The name of the report is here. You can read it, etc., etc. But for me, there is opportunity. Nowadays we are talking of Society 5.0. Society 5.0, which is mainly focused on personalization of user experience, human-centric, not technology-centric, but more human-centricity. And the user experience can be functional, rational, can be sensorial, can be emotional. So you should provide functional, sensorial, and emotional user experience. So this is not about technology. Technology is more related about the functionalities, the rationalities, the technicalities, not the emotional and the sensorial part, which is more related to soft sciences, to human sciences. So here, design thinking is coming to the surface. Each project, each innovation project has 3 dimensions. The feasibility, so if AI is technology, it is related to technology, the feasibility. But there is the desirability. The desirability is more related to what the human being is desiring. So this is not hard sciences, but soft sciences, ethnography, anthropology, sociology, and of course the business part, the viability of the innovation. So design thinking, maybe you know about, so I can let you, this is not the topic, but I just want to make some parentheses about it. So design thinking is an innovation approach that deals with empathizing with the persona, with the user behind, in order to understand the desirability. So we empathize with the persona, we define the problem and the causes, root of the problem, and then we begin ideation and brainstorming, and then prototyping and testing. But design thinking is more related on empathizing, definition, brainstorming, than on technological aspect of implementation. And design thinking has its roots in ethnography. This is your part of the innovation.
and all the data life cycle. This is part of feasibility. But before thinking about feasibility, we think about desirability. So the desirability is the first part, with empathizing, definition of the problem, ideation. Then viability with business models and business development, which is not our topic. And then implementation of tools and integration. But if we do not have a good desirability, we're gonna lose the innovation. The very, very last slide. So data science, you learn about data science and AI. So data science is not AI, and AI is not data science. There is interaction. Data science is intersection between hacking skills, computer science, maths, and science, and business. Okay? So we are not programmers, we are not mathematicians, but still, linguistics is a science, sociology is science, and business expertise. Okay? And data science is in the center. This is now we have an opportunity. So of course there are all data engineers and AI engineers, etc., etc. But there is data innovator. You are the future data innovators. The data innovator can innovate with no code. So all demos I shown you are no code, except the one I clicked on some programming tools at the beginning. So no code innovation. Prompt engineering, but it's not just random asking questions. You should control tree of thoughts, chain of thoughts, etc. Software as service tools, all is in the cloud. You have nothing to install. AI tool integration, you've seen that to innovate, you should integrate many outputs and inputs of toolings. Design thinking for AI. AI creativity, you should know what is feasible, you should know what the user is wanting, you should know about viability before involving in some research, because now researchers are financed, and the financer will not finance some not viable research, of course. Trustworthy AI ethics. AI legal aspects. On a la loi 0908, on a la loi 5519, on a la RGPD, you should know about legal aspects. AI cases with strong human and social impact. This is your opportunities and you can do it. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Dr. Baïna, for a very practical and eye-opening, actually, talk. And of course, that focused on the opportunities and possibilities open to us all in human and social sciences. And of course, even other colleagues are nodding, saying yes. Of course, very funny demonstrations, and you can see all we can do, but the thing is that we need the skills. So there are plenty of opportunities and so on, but as we say, the main issue is the skills we need to do all this. Okay? So I would like, we are really behind time, and I'm sorry if AI was here managing the time with me, it would have stopped Dr. Baïna a long time ago, would have stopped us all. But of course, this is, we started late, and this is why we are late, and I'm sorry to Dr. Burgos for delaying his talk. So I will take 3 questions, not more, because we have a coffee break after, so as to come back for Dr. Daniel Burgos' talk. Yes, please.
Rich presentation. I would like to share my short experience with prompting, especially with image generators and voice generators, as I am designing some courses for learning analytics and so on. So sometimes I write a prompt, and the less important detail becomes the more important detail in the scene, for example. So that shows that we are thinking in a way far from the manner that the machine is processing. So we have to learn about prompting and writing the order of the words and how we should write to have what we are thinking about. Concerning voice, for example, I wrote to the bot, to the machine, marhaba, and began to choose some voices of kids. And here, woo marhaba. It repeated every time I wrote marhaba, it repeated woo marhaba. I don't know from where it brings woo, which is not a language sound differently. So this is my question.
Okay. You know, a bot is the artificial intelligence bots have been thought in the beginning of 20th century by a scientist named Alan Turing. You know the Enigma movie? Yes. So Alan Turing wanted to simulate the human-being interaction. That's why I told about Socratic dialectic. And so for Alan Turing, an AI, a learning AI, at the beginning, Alan Turing wanted to create some thinking intelligence, and then we just limited from thinking intelligence to learning intelligence. So learning intelligence is like a baby that you should educate. Don't think that AI has some conscientious issues. But it's like a baby. You should put some limits. You should put some frame, some thinking frame, in order to limit hallucination, creation outside the scope. So he is not thinking. He just mixing data that he has, and if you don't stop his hallucination and his mixture of words, because what are pixels? Pixels are like words for image processing or voice processing. So if you do not limit and tell him this is stop words, you do not need to go there. It's forbidden area, he will go there. So you should rewrite your prompt, you should reframe your context in order to let him focus. Okay. The second thing is about inventing words that does not exist. You know, when the large language model is statistical models. At the beginning, we thought that we should train machines formally. So we begin to give expert system grammars, فعل, فاعل, مفعول به, sujet, verbe, complément. And the first translators were very bad, isn't it? Huh? You remember bubblefish, etc. And Google Translate at the beginning, very bad. Why? Because we give him a formal manner of thinking, but human being is not thinking like with formalities. We begin to learn even before we know that ينصب المفعول المطلق والمفعول فيه والمفعول به والمفعول لأجله. We begin to produce palabras even before knowing grammars. So that's what Google call the vectorial model of languages. And then all phrases, all relations between words are just probabilities between words. So banana, banan, موزة banana, it's one item related with probabilities. So banana and موزة is in the same word. So ومرحبا, statistically maybe it has some sense, but semantically speaking it has no sense. So don't think with the vocabulary, lexical engineering, syntactical, semantical, pragmatics. No, it's just words, numbers and statistics. And of course you can have some senseless words and phrases with hallucination behind, of course.
Yes. Second question. Let's take a question from students here. You have here, this side here. And then we need a name.
Hello, Professor. I would first like to thank you for this very insightful presentation, as it directed our attention to very, very nice, very interesting avenues for research and that we can exploit and use as researchers. Thank you very much. I have a question regarding eye tracking, online eye tracking. So, as a researcher, I'm planning to use eye tracking technology in my research. But unfortunately, hardware eye tracking is very, very expensive, and yeah, it's out of our reach. So I discovered that there is something called online eye tracking. It's like a replacement or an alternative to the traditional eye tracking technique that uses also computational models and some algorithms in order to track the eye movements and the gazes, fixations of the participants or the ones who will be introduced to this technique. So I would like to ask you, Professor, what do you think about the use of online eye tracking? And is it reliable and valid as a tool of research, as an alternative to the traditional eye tracking?
Excuse me, can you please introduce yourself and your field
my
of
name is
study?
Karim. I'm an doctorate candidate here in educational, in this faculty.
of Science.
Yeah.
And what is your topic?
My topic investigates the effects of different auditory stimuli, like background music, listening to background music, and some noises, like white noise, among other noises, on students' performance in a number of academic tasks, including reading, comprehension, and writing.
Okay. From two aspects. From two aspects. From technical aspects and from neural linguistic programming. I begin from neural linguistic programming. You know that some year or 2 years ago in United States, a system related to eye tracking has detected that a student is cheating. So you should really frame the area of application, because even if the algorithm is performant from errors, minimization, blah blah blah, but if you consider it as a correct way of blaming, or this is also used in some cars to detect that the driver is beginning to sleep, in order to alert him, etc. So you should just control the use of the algorithm in order not to make some bad decisions, because the decision may be critical. Same like actioning car brakes, or telling that the student is cheating. So this is first part. The second part is more, technical, and you should do some benchmarking related to loss diminution, and compare with other papers if regarding the accuracy, regarding the area under curve, if it performs better than. So you need to do some benchmark. You are coming from technical, so you should collaborate. You should collaborate with the technical team in order to ensure that, mathematically speaking, it does not make errors with the same data set. It should be tested with the same data set with other algorithm in order to compare if it performs well or not regarding many metrics in deep learning. So you can contact me, okay? I'll give you some contacts specialists in those kind of knowledge.
Yeah, so that's exactly why we are organizing this collaboration between humanities and experts in engineering. I would like to give the floor to a male. I am for gender balance. We already have 2 females now. Yeah, okay.
Yes, thank you very much. Dr. Baïna, I would say in French probably tu veux dormir moins belle ce soir. So thank you very much for the.
J'espère dans le bon sens du terme.
So it's actually like it's very enriching, and the first thing that came to my mind is it ethical to not encourage our students to embrace AI, not to use ChatGPT or whatsoever application or platforms? Is it ethical to do that? That's one question or comment. The second question is, if you were to probably suggest or maybe design a course, a module, a subject for students, what would you suggest to have those students maybe use AI and generate maybe more ideas about ChatGPT or these platforms that we are talking about? And thank you very much again.
Merci beaucoup, Ustad. To forbid students or to make some restrictions. When Faisal Tadlawi has called me to some interview, it was in the time when Italy has forbidden the use of ChatGPT. And you remember when there was some moratoire led by Elon Musk, involving many scientists and many engineers and many practitioners in the world, saying we should stop using AI, we should stop open AI, blah blah blah. I was never believing in the veracity of this moratoire, because Elon Musk behind this has needed more time to develop his own AI company. So, and forbid the use of technology is not a solution, because when you make some restrictions, you just enable those things to come again from other ways. Like you forbid some political party. If you forbid some political party, you're gonna have some informal ways of adhesion to other political parties, etc. So no. You should help your students in ethics, in critical thinking, in understanding the cobotics, in understanding the feasibility, in using technology, in controlling technology. You know, when you drive your car, you should control your car instead of letting your car, go without your control. The ChatGPT is a car, is a technology. It has no purpose. It has no conscience. You should control it. You should put some purpose for it. So the fear is not a solution. Interdiction is not a solution. You should frame the use of AI and explain the potentialities and the opportunities. Know what I can help my students is to know what are the possibilities in text analytics, in video and image processing, in voice, in problem solving, without being technical, but just the use cases. Okay? What I can tell to my students is to go further to some scientific aspects. Like I told you, what is an algorithm? What is a bad or good algorithm? False positive, false true positive. You can just have some big scientific ideas without going into technicities. You should, because AI is the new car.
you should drive this new car. So you should have ideas about how this car is running, but you will never be the motor engineers, but you should drive the new cars. Okay, so from mathematical aspects, technical aspects, use aspects, feasibility. So everyone need to be aware about AI without being technical, without being involved in technical aspects. And coding is becoming, easy for everyone. No code programming.
Thank you, Professor Baïna. And actually, as an answer, I take on for the same answer to Fer, who was my former doctoral student. Actually, organizing such events means that we are not forbidding our students to use it. We rather want to empower them, make them aware of the opportunities such instruments, digital tools, and AI offers them. And we want to sensitize them to actually the weaknesses or the risks they run by relying on it blindly. So I think that more opportunities should be, and such events, more events, similar events should take place. And I think that by forbidding the tool, I think it rather pushes people to go more towards it. The muharramat is what attracts people more. But when you make things, you allow things and you sensitize, I think that all our students need is to be aware of the opportunities these tools offer them. And I don't think they will run the risk of really getting into plagiarism. And I seize the opportunity here because I did take a training with Professor Burgos on artificial intelligence. It was an eye-opening for me, actually, as somebody in human sciences. And then one of the recommendations I made to the trainer, Dr. Enrique, yes, I actually said that how can you, because I had to struggle with the training because I think that we were 2 or 3 people from humanities in the training. All the others were in engineering and people who were either in maths or in computer science. I had to struggle and double my efforts, would watch the lesson 3, 4, 5 times to understand the things. And I'm asking here, how can you make, you experts in the field, things simpler, easier for people in human and science, social sciences to grasp all this? We need to understand that everything is based on algorithm. And when you are good at math, it's a real challenge for you. So we should absolutely try to simplify, and I think that it's really high time our experts in computer science, for instance, I'm addressing Dr. Burgos as well, because he is in that field and he has really been doing a lot for open education, for artificial intelligence and so on. I think that there should be a training for human and social sciences on digital tools and artificial intelligence. Of course, with this, the discussion can go on and and I'm sure there are still questions, but you can seize the opportunity of the coffee break to ask more questions, and we will have more because we will listen to Dr. Burgos, again, more or less on a similar theme, and of course in the workshop. Thank you very much, and please, there is a coffee break now. Let's not take too much time. I will really give you 15 minutes.